So I'm spending the day at Big Spring Overlook, and I figured I would swing by here to get a sunset photo. Although I've been here for a couple hours and it seems like it's more of a sunrise spot, so we'll see what we get. Found a cool composition that I'll show you in a bit. But I'm gonna show you some other spots that I was trying to get a photo that it just didn't quite work out, but I thought it was pretty creative enough to share. So let's check out this first spot right here. These are two big rock formations that I want to photograph, and there's plenty of things to put in the foreground, and I want something that's going to lead the eye to both of them. And so as I was looking around, one of the cool things that I found was this tree. And the reason why, if we walk over to it, is because it has all of these branches. And I was thinking that I could frame them in between the branches. I have my 16 to 35 with me, and so as you can see, as I kind of push in, I start to get some of that framing, maybe something like that. Now the problem is I can really only get like one, maybe kind of the other one. Push in a little bit more, try to get something like that. But see, then you're missing the branches, which kind of tell the story of the tree. So I tried to come over to the left because I was thinking, well, maybe put that left branch on that left side, maybe try to only get one, but I just, I couldn't really make this one work. I just really couldn't make it work. So I moved on to a different spot. But I did think that this was pretty cool if I could have gotten it. There's just too many branches in the angles that are conflicting with the rocks. So for me, it didn't work. So as I was walking closer, I found this tree root that's curvy, and it made me think of some of the photos that Gavin Hardcastle and Adam Gibbs have shot in Vancouver Island. So what I did end up doing is getting pretty close and setting the focal length to 16, and basically trying to get down as low as I can and try to frame something like that. I thought it was neat, but for me, it just didn't, I don't know, I just couldn't get it framed the way that I had in my head. I actually thought that branch was pretty distracting from the rocks. But if you're watching this and you come to Canyonlands, try it out. See if you can get something. I chose a different composition. Now I am literally like laying on the ground like this to try to get this shot. I mean, the camera is basically on the rock. And I will finally admit that not having a flipping screen on the Leica SL2, I understand it's now a pain because it would have been great to have that feature specifically for this shot. So, Leica, please, whenever you make an SL3, put a damn screen that just goes, yelp. Thanks. So, I mean, I've spent, I don't know, probably like 3 hours here so far. Sun's setting in another 3 hours, so I'm spending the entire day here. I really wanted to get a shot here. This is the location that I chose, and that's why I'm spending all my time today to do it. I've got a spot for sunrise that I'm going to go to. It's actually right outside of Canyonlands. I'm in the Needles district, so it's right outside of there. I think it's called Church Rock, and that's going to be a great sunrise photo. I'm pretty excited to shoot that, so hopefully it works out and I get a beautiful sunrise and the composition I have in my head is gonna work, so I can show you. But as I was, again, walking around to photograph these two structures, I was starting to think, well, maybe I don't have a tree as my foreground. Maybe I can use like some rocks. And I thought this was really interesting because it really led the eye and it gave you some geometry. I really like the triangle shape. So here's the composition I was thinking about. So something like this, and you can see this here creates that V that would help lead the eye to the rocks. And I thought this was also kind of interesting because then you have this tree on the right, and so it also, I don't know, I feel like it balances it a little bit because you've got three structures. You know, the one in the foreground and then the two in the background. But for me, this shot didn't work. It wasn't what I wanted. I really can't drink water fast enough. Whew. It's only like 70 degrees out, but man, this sun is just, it is hot. It's cold in the shade. I want to put a hoodie on, which is stupid, but super hot in the sun. I also forgot to put sunscreen on, so I did that right before filming this. Probably gonna have a really nice farmer's tan when I get back. Well, now that I just walked up this is actually a really great spot too. Wow. I mean, just why is Utah just so damn beautiful? I don't get it. Just look at all of this. Ugh, so good. So I decided to walk even closer, take this path, because I wanted to check it out. I didn't get a chance to walk around it yet, so that's what I did. And someone said in the parking lot that there was this like little cave over on the left. So I decided to check it out. And it is super cool. So I was thinking I can get in here. I was curious what it's going to look like when I do get in here. And I love that texture there. And so then I was sat back and I was looking and I was like, wow, that's really cool. And so for me, this is going to be the composition that I'm going to shoot. So I really like this spot for the sunset photo. To me, this will give a lot of depth. I'm going to have to focus stack a bunch of images because I'm going to get pretty close to this wall. I need to get the texture on it, and I also need to frame it so that way for me, there's not going to be any sky showing along the top of the frame. I really want the rock formation in the background to be more along the center, and I want there to be really nice even framing along all of the sides. And so I'm going to use the curve of the wall to help do that and drive the eye towards the center of the frame where the main subject's going to be. So I'll show you what I mean right now. So I'm going to be shooting this at 16 millimeter, I believe. And you can see right now that the top of the frame has some sky in it. If I start to tilt the camera up, I now have no sky touching the top of the frame. I'm creating that border with the rock. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. Same for the bottom, except I'm going to have kind of this part here, which is the edge of the rock, also part of the frame. So what I'm hoping is that the eye will kind of go like this and then bring you into the middle part, which will be the subject. This part here, you've got really awesome texture. So I want to capture that. So I need to get super, super close to make all of this work. The vision is to have the sunlight coming in from the left, peeking behind this rock in the foreground and lighting up the rocks in the background. Might need to do some light dodging and burning, depending on how the sun sets and what the light looks like. Might need to add some like warming filter or maybe paint in some light. Not entirely sure yet, but at least I have my composition for the day. when you're hopping off of a ledge like this, and you're holding your camera in your hand, just a public service announcement to not hold the camera super close, so when you jump down, you slam your face with the camera. Damn, did that hurt. Got my tripod all set up. Look at those wacky legs. Those legs are crazy. But that's why you always have a high quality tripod, so you can do things like that. Because that's what I needed to get the shot. That was incredible. That was, oh my God, the lighting was perfect. The sun started to peek out from the top of the ledge, which just looked chef's kiss, beautiful. You get just beautiful, just glow, the light hitting the rocks and then also outlining the shapes of the rocks and the edges. I'm going to show you this picture. I'm blown away. I cannot believe this. And here it is. Here's the shot.